Good evening to our North Shore families and community, and welcome to our 2021 CP and Dorothy Johnson Humanitarian Awards ceremony. We are so glad you could join us this evening to celebrate our 72 awardees representing each of our schools and programs. In our everyday lives, and with so much going on in the world, including the pandemic and the continued work toward a just society, we're challenged individually and as a community to draw on the humanitarian strengths in ourselves and in each other. This evening is a time to recognize the humanitarian characteristics in our students and encourage the humanitarian in all of us. After we hear from our speakers, our school board members will present each of this year's recipients. If you're watching on our website at nsd.org/humanitarian, you can follow along using the ceremony program. Each student received a printed program along with their beautiful medal. We will have more information on what each student received later in the program. Now, I'd like to introduce North Shore School Board President Bob Swain.
Hello everyone. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I congratulate all of our fine students this evening on being recognized as outstanding student humanitarians and receiving the CP and Dorothy Johnson Humanitarian Award.
Thank you, Director Swain. For years, CP and Dorothy Johnson resided in Bothell, Washington, and their extended family still lives here, right in our own school district. We will now hear inspiring remarks from members of the Braxton Johnson family, including their great niece, Amber Braxton, her father, Robert Braxton, and her daughter, Evela Braxton.
Thank you. For those receiving the CP and Dorothy Johnson Humanitarian Award, I am here today as a representative of the CP and Dorothy Johnson family. My name is Amber Braxton. I live in North Shore, and this is my beautiful daughter, Evela Braxton, who is graduating this year from Bothell High School as a senior. We are also here with my dad, Robert Braxton, who also graduated from Bothell High School. And we are here today to talk about the legacy of CP and Dorothy Johnson and their work as humanitarians. Being a humanitarian is somebody who is devoted to the promotion of human welfare. There's somebody who is, great-hearted, right? A person of goodwill. And there's three things that sum up being a humanitarian. Somebody who understands that they're a somebody, that they matter, and somebody who also has a deep understanding that everybody else is also a somebody, and that they matter too. And they're willing every single day to walk that out.
So I was wondering if you could share us a story about how CP Johnson was a humanitarian in your life.
I was at Bothell High School. I was the only person of color at Bothell High School.
Wow.
I was also on the cheer squad. In Bothell High School, in this 1 year, they had actually qualified for the state championship, which was going to be held in Spokane, Washington. The principal had called me and my grandmother, who was the only adult at home at that time, to have a meeting with us. We went to this meeting and he explained to us that I would not be able to attend the basketball championship in Spokane. There had been objections from parents because I was not white. I was really hurt, so when I went home, I told them this. After I told Uncle CP and Aunt Dorothy about this, Uncle CP stepped in and he advocated for me with the principal for me to be able to go, in that I'd be able to go, I wouldn't be staying at the hotel, and then I'd be returning back home, but that I would be able to go, and so I did. And I want to thank him for that. It did teach me to advocate for myself, and times were changing.
Yeah.
And that's what I carried with me to when I went to Washington State, when I went to the University of Washington, when I was a dormitory advisor in those places, advocating for myself and for others.
Yeah, and that is why it's so important to acknowledge students that are being humanitarians in North Shore School District. And I just want to read my favorite quote from Marianne Williamson to the students who are being awarded. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. You are all meant to shine as children do. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Thank you, humanitarians.
As a family that is representing the legacy of CP and Dorothy Johnson, we appreciate every single student that is being recognized today, and we commend you for your actions as a humanitarian. So thank you very much.
We are happy that the legacy of CP and Dorothy Johnson is continuous. We are happy that they are being awarded this recognition, and that their story from the past will go on to further cultivate understanding and love and banish fear of the other person. Thank you.
Thank you, Amber Braxton and members of the Braxton Johnson family for sharing those insights on CP and Dorothy Johnson. I also want to thank Bothell City Council member Rosemary McCullough for helping to start the CP Johnson Humanitarian Award and then also bringing the award back to include Dorothy Johnson. Our superintendent, Dr. Michelle Reed, recognized the importance of this work for all of our students as we work every day to develop the whole child. She championed the program's relaunch, including Dorothy Johnson, to acknowledge her work in education and with children throughout our state. Thanks to Dr. Reed's unwavering commitment, this program continues to be an annual highlight among students, staff, and families across our district. We will now hear remarks from Dr. Michelle Reed.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. This evening we have the opportunity to celebrate the CP and Dorothy Johnson Humanitarian Awards. This award was established to honor two educators, CP and Dorothy Johnson, who dedicated their lives to improving the lives of children in our community, all children in our community. As part of this honor, we recognize two students from each school who display the characteristics of a humanitarian in their school and their community. Recipients of the CP and Dorothy Johnson Humanitarian Award consistently demonstrate a value and dignity of others, they treat others with respect, and they promote the common good. The recipients this evening were selected on three criteria. Acceptance, were students who promote the value and celebration of their peers' strengths, abilities, and identities. The second was community. Students who demonstrate the ability to promote and foster collaboration toward a common goal, fairness, freedom of expression, and effective communication within a group. And finally, the third criteria, advocacy. Students who support the needs of and encourage equitable opportunities and resources for their peers. This student agency and efficacy and good work that we celebrate this evening helps support a strong community. We know learning happens best in community, and I look forward to hearing the stories of our winners this evening. Again, thank you for joining us, and I invite you to sit back and just revel in the inspiring stories we have this evening. Thank you.
The CP and Dorothy Johnson Humanitarian Awards program complements PBIS in the North Shore School District. PBIS stands for Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports, which promotes a positive school climate through character development and recognition of students who exhibit humanitarian qualities. This Humanitarian Awards program continues to enhance our school climate as we work to meet all students' social, emotional, and behavioral needs. This program also closely aligns with the work of our district's Racial and Educational Justice Department, as we are fully committed to valuing and respecting students from all backgrounds and the unique experiences that they all bring to the North Shore School District. We are proud to have a program like the CP and Dorothy Johnson Humanitarian Awards, which aligns with our important PBIS work.
The time has come to present the 2021 CP and Dorothy Johnson Award recipients. In addition to receiving their medals and pins, each recipient will have their name engraved on the perpetual plaque that hangs in their school. The ribbon that the medal is attached to has 3 pins, one for acceptance, one for community, and one for advocacy. Recipients also received a small gift bag with 3 more pins because they now have a job to encourage the humanitarian spirit in their peers, both in the school building and in remote learning. When they see a schoolmate exhibiting one of those 3 characteristics, they will present their peer with the small pin. If the student they want to recognize is in 100% remote learning, they can work with their principal to get that special pin to that student. Also, each principal will receive their own 3 pins to do the same. Whether it's the student's first time or their 50th time exhibiting one of those humanitarian characteristics, our award recipient or our principal can give them a pin. Then let's watch the humanitarian spirit spread across our district. As Dr. Reed says, imagine the possibilities. Now we turn to our school board members who will present our 2021 CP and Dorothy Johnson Award recipients, starting with Director Amy Cast.
Thank you, Lisa. I cannot be more delighted to be here today to honor these students through the CP and Dorothy Johnson Humanitarian Award that brings so much to our schools and communities. First, we're going to honor the students from Sorensen Early Childhood Center. Adrian Alejandro Barragan Romero. Adrian is a kind and thoughtful boy who always tries at school and participates with a good attitude. He eagerly raises his hand to answer questions or share his ideas, as well as being an attentive listener when his friends share. When in the school building, Adrian would help his friends with cleaning up toys, hanging up their coats and backpacks, and give a hug or a high five to a friend in need. Adrian is a good friend and a good human. Congratulations, Adrian. James Olson. James is an empathetic and kind preschooler. He notices when peers are upset and not feeling their best and tries to understand why, and then thinks of a way to make them feel better. Recently in class, James heard that a friend was feeling sad. He went and got a puppet to try and cheer her up. James bubbles with enthusiasm, adding insight and humor to class discussions. He is always eager to share detailed stories with his classmates and build connections. Congratulations, James. From Arrowhead Elementary, we have Adeline Bourne and Bogdan Muntin. Adeline's leadership and kindness have created a joyful and safe learning environment during online learning. She routinely takes risks to break the silence in her Zoom class, encourages her classmates to speak, and supports and celebrates the accomplishments of her classmates. Adeline is both a leader and a supporter in small group work, elevating the work of her peers and encouraging them to showcase their skills and strengths. Adeline strengthens the whole group. Congratulations, Adeline. Bogdan's peers nominated him with an overwhelming appreciation of his ability to make their experience with remote learning one that is more fun, social, and accessible. Bogdan's positivity and good nature make small group and whole class learning experiences safe and joyful. He worked hard to encourage his classmates during a difficult year. Many students mentioned how often he helped them with schoolwork in small groups or breakout rooms. During this difficult year, Bogdan's leadership stood out. Congratulations, Bogdan. From Canyon Creek Elementary, we have Isaga Jallo and Lyric Morning. Isaga often expresses support for the needs of her classmates and voices concern that information and resources be available equally to all students in her class. Her concern for others is commendable. She often has excellent questions that enable better understanding for herself and her classmates, and she poses these questions in a positive, expressive, and effective manner. She is one of the most kind and considerate students at Canyon Creek. Congratulations, Isaga. Lyric encourages his peers, uses positivity to support others, and makes sure to include others. He is mindful of recognizing and acknowledging the strength of others. He genuinely listens to what others say, especially when they are sharing important things about themselves. He takes time to give others thoughtful compliments and is always looking for ways to make others feel good. He is very empathetic in social situations and can explain his feelings well to help solve problems. Congratulations, Lyric. From Cottage Lake Elementary, the winners of this award are Gabe Chapman and Oliver Zimmerman. Gabe is an enthusiastic learner who works diligently and demonstrates the values of kindness, joyfulness, and responsibility. These virtues made Gabe a role model for his classmates. Gabe joined the Cottage Lake Elementary Safety Patrol in 4th grade, and during in-person learning, worked diligently to ensure the safety of each and every student, staff member, and visitor to campus. Gabe looks forward to getting back out on patrol. Congratulations, Gabe. Oliver is a great example of Cottage Lake's core values. He is accepting of differences and always kind to those he meets. Oliver takes personal responsibility for his learning, is a supporter of all his classmates, and makes sure everyone is included. Oliver's humanitarian work has been highlighted during group work times with classmates, where he makes sure everyone gets a chance to share and feel heard. Oliver's kind heart and sense of humor have brought much joy and laughter to our class. Congratulations, Oliver. For Crystal Springs Elementary, the winners are Namun Field and Alonzo Garza. Namun is always the first one in the class Zoom meetings every morning with a huge smile on her face. During this difficult time, Namun uses her love for life as a leader by leading breakout rooms to build paper airplanes and engage others in book club discussions. Students listen to Namun. She has a calming way about her that draws others to her. Her teacher describes her as an exceptional young lady. Congratulations, Namun. Alonzo is always happy and ready to give his best each day. Alonzo is a good friend and respectable to all. He is willing to help in any way he can. His teacher shared that when they first met him last September on Zoom, he was instantly smiling and appeared happy and ready for the school year to begin. Alonzo was not only happy, but also willing to help, share an answer, or assist his teacher interpreting for another student who only spoke another language. Congratulations, Alonzo. For Eastridge Elementary, the winners are Juliet Epstein O'Rourke and Ian Kevin. Juliet is active in the school community and is currently organizing an ASB community blood drive. She accepts and values everyone for who they are. Juliet encourages other students and is always willing to help. She advocates for her classmates in quiet and subtle ways. As an ASB representative, she works hard to listen to others and share their ideas. Juliet's big heart shines through in her words and actions. Congratulations, Juliet. Ian is involved in the school community, shows acceptance, and advocates for others. He is actively involved in ASB. Ian's positive, optimistic attitude and growth mindset are infectious. Ian is incredibly observant and empathetic. He notices when others need help or encouragement to participate in class. He recognizes when others need cheering up. Whenever Ian is part of a group, he finds ways to inspire others and include them. Congratulations, Ian. For Fernwood Elementary, the winners are Ane Aria and Lauren Lane. Ane is thoughtful and diligent. His even personality and acceptance of all people makes him a great learning partner. He has made a positive impression on a lot of teachers with his calm and thoughtful demeanor. He is always willing to go above and beyond, not because he seeks out perfect scores, but because he wants to learn. He seems to thoroughly enjoy the process of learning, and he is a friend to everyone. Congratulations, Ane. Lauren is an amazing young woman whose empathy and consideration for others highlights her kind heart. She considers the feelings of others and seeks out opportunities to help, even if that means giving up her own time. She accepts others and seeks to celebrate her classmates and recognize their accomplishments. Lauren is a leader who exemplifies a positive mindset and perseverance. She accepts challenges and models how to keep trying, even when it's hard. Congratulations, Lauren. And congratulations to all our award winners. Thank you for everything you do for our schools and our community. And now I'd like to introduce one of my fellow board members, David Kogan.
Thank you, Amy. My name is David Kogan of the North Shore School Board. I'm pleased to announce the next set of names, and I'd like to congratulate all the recipients of this year's CP and Dorothy Johnson Humanitarian Award. Thanks for all you do to make your school and community a better place. Congratulations to our recipients from Frank Love Elementary. First recipient is Haley Chi. Haley shows respect to her peers and teachers. She has compassion for others and goes out of her way to help her classmates. Haley always includes anyone in her group. She seeks out students who feel frustrated or left out and then encourages and calms them. In many scenarios in class, she sees the frustration from a peer before the teacher and has ironed out many wrinkles. Haley is so very kind. Thank you, Haley. The next recipient is Xavier Hayes. Xavier wants to include others in the Zoom school community. He co-wrote a realistic fiction story with another student from class, and they stayed on Zoom together for many hours to write this story. Xavier also volunteers to lead small group breakout sessions and offers to help other students troubleshoot technology issues. He is patient, kind, and always willing to help and include others. Xavier also consistently voices his goal to stop bullying and racism and create a brave space for his community. Thank you, Xavier. The next recipient is from Hollywood Hill Elementary School. Evie Chow is extremely kind, thoughtful, and driven. Evie is someone who helps lead by example, lifting those around her with her words and modeling for others how to be responsible and accountable. Even outside of school, she is constantly striving to improve herself, whether it be in hiking, fishing, soccer, or any of the other activities she enjoys. Evie brings joy to the classroom every day, and her teacher looks forward to seeing what mountains she climbs in life. Thank you, Evie. The next recipient is Reese Goodmanson. Reese is kind, caring, and flexible, positive, and hardworking. He is the student who does things without being asked, and the one who notices when someone is left out and makes intentional choices to include them. He is always eager to promote positivity and make the school community a better place for everyone. He leads by his words and by his examples. He goes out of his way to make sure students feel safe and valued for who they are. Thank you, Reese. The next recipient is from Kenmore Elementary, Claire Colasar. Claire is kind and compassionate student who has overcome obstacles presented by distance learning to actively engage with her classmates. She encourages her peers by providing positive feedback when they share their ideas. Claire always makes the effort to show her appreciation for others' contributions in a class or small group setting. She models engaging others in a way that invites participation from her peers, creating a collaborative learning atmosphere. Congratulations, Claire. The next recipient is Grace Colasar. Grace has shown a vulnerability and willingness to share with others in a novel learning environment. This has given her the insight to understand that others need the support to express themselves, so she makes constant efforts to praise, acknowledge, and persuade others to share their gifts. She is an example of a leader by action, as her behavior communicates respect for everyone. This ability positively impacts her peers and creates an environment that is a brave space for others. Congratulations, Grace. And the recipient from Kokanee Elementary is Caitlin Forehand. Katie consistently comes to class with an amazing attitude and goes out of her way to support the learning of her peers. When students are hesitant to participate or concerned about making mistakes, Katie goes out of her way to encourage them. Her positive outlook is contagious, and she constantly offers friendship and kindness to any and all students. Katie is an active member of the school's ASB and loves working to help ensure Kokanee is a fun and supportive place for all students. The next recipient is Brooklyn Salmon. Throughout her years at Kokanee, Brooklyn has been a leader and a role model. Brooklyn frequently reaches out to others and is a compassionate and supportive classmate. She demonstrates patience and understanding when helping to uplift students and ensure voices are heard. She is always willing to help others and to explain tasks or concepts, while maintaining integrity and dedication to her own academic progress. Brooklyn is a true example of empathy and inclusion and is an asset to our Kokanee and North Shore community. Congratulations, Brooklyn. The next recipient from Lockwood Elementary School is Eleanor Luther. Eleanor shows compassion to every student in need. Her kindness shines bright, and she shares her kindness with others. She is also always shares knowledge and empathy with the class and supports students who are different from her. She is so caring to all and always happy to help in any way needed. She strives to do her best on her work and is never late on assignments. She is confident and willing to share her thoughts aloud. Congratulations, Eleanor. The next recipient, also from Lockwood Elementary, is Carlos Palomera. Carlos is fun, helpful, inclusive of others, and has a positive attitude. He is thoughtful of others, kind, hardworking, honest, and filled with integrity. Carlos exemplifies the kindness, consideration, and always stand up for or looking out for the underdog qualities of the CP and Dorothy Johnson Award. Carlos will ask for assistance and volunteer to ask for help for others when they are reluctant. He is truly a noble soul. Congratulations, Carlos. The next recipient is from Maywood Hills Elementary, Rohan Varma Datla. Rohan is a friendly young man with a genuine kindness that is felt by his peers and teachers alike. His natural leadership abilities shine in small groups and in large group settings as he constantly offers support to those in need, and he is accepting of the ideas and thoughts of others. Most notably, Rohan is a friend and inspiration to all. His teachers admire his hard work ethic and motivation to learn. His enthusiasm for learning radiates a positive energy that is inspiring. Congratulations, Rohan. Next from Maywood Hills is Sophie Levengood. Sophie is a soft-spoken but strong and caring leader in and outside of the classroom. She comes to school every day radiating positivity with a smile on her face and kindness in her heart. While working in groups, she consistently takes the lead and encourages other students to do well. While in the classroom, she is quick to volunteer and take academic risks. Sophie is not only a bright and helpful student, but a terrific athlete and baseball player as well. Congratulations, Sophie. The next recipient from Morelands Elementary is Emily Cervantes Sanchez. Emily is kind, generous, and selfless. She served in the 5th grade leadership roles by submitting speaking parts for the readers for the Veterans Assembly and the Martin Luther King Assembly. Her teacher was struck when Emily emailed to share her artwork and then needed to find a substitute piece as she had given her work to a young cousin. She is reflective, mature, and displays inner strength. Emily is a ray of sunshine. She enjoys every Zoom meeting with a smile and a hello. Congratulations, Emily. Next from Morelands Elementary is Langton Macha Jr. Langton shows acceptance by engaging in conversation with his classmates and asks prompting questions to help those who may be shy to speak up. He demonstrates community by listening respectively to the ideas of others and deepens conversations by providing further questions. He's an advocate for the learning of others by celebrating others' successes and noticing growth among his peers. He is a person of great integrity and kindness. He is humble and humorous and always shows respect to his teachers and classmates. Congratulations, Langton. Congratulations to these students, and next I'll introduce Sandy Hayes of the North Shore School Board.
Thank you, David, and good evening. Thank you for joining us again virtually tonight. We miss seeing your faces in person, but are Delighted to recognize the students. I will be starting with Ruby Bridges. So first from Ruby Bridges, we have Adit Argawal. Adit consistently demonstrates an ability to foster collaboration among peers. He seeks to include others and work toward fairness in learning and social opportunities. He is continually selfless in his acts and aware of his impact. He consistently advocates for his peers and celebrates their strengths and successes. He is always seeking to be equitable and giving for his classmates. Adit is kind, compassionate, and respectful, modeling our school values and vision at Ruby Bridges. Next up is Amelia Siddiqui. Amelia is a student who is always willing to help her whole class, especially those in a small group setting. She is a positive influence and is always considerate and very empathetic. She is always willing to share her strategies and model them to the class. She gives her peers supportive and positive remarks in any subject. She also helps her teachers if she senses that they need support. Amelia is a true model of what it means to be both a learner and a leader. And then we have our two students from Shelton View Elementary. Yasmin Mohammed. Yasmin is an extremely empathetic student who often checks in with others and advocates for her peers. She consistently shows enthusiasm to both learn about other cultures and share about her own. She celebrates others' differences and shows how important it is to be connected with one's own identity. Yasmin can be described as respectful, curious, accepting, and humble. She has a strong moral compass, stands up for others, and always does what is right. Jaywant Chandra Yalagandula. Jay is a hardworking student and classmate. He never fails to ask curious questions, reach out to his peers with a warm welcome, and root for the underdog. This year, he's taken it upon himself to organize meetups outside of the class with friends and newcomers. He invites others to join in on his personal projects and always goes the extra mile when completing assignments. He shows great creativity and enthusiasm for learning and takes the time to build others up with kindness, humor, and friendship. And then we have our two from Sunrise, Cole Fankhauser. Cole is a very creative and innovative thinker. He is always thinking outside the box on how to tackle any challenge. He is often helping classmates, especially with the added distance learning challenges, and does so with an eager, positive attitude. The school community is stronger having him a part of it. Cole's maturity goes beyond his years as an elementary student and sets high expectations of himself, which in turn motivates the other students. And Sarah Norris. Sarah is a very kind and thoughtful student. She regularly participates in extra small group learning and has a contagious, positive attitude that the other students are drawn to. She is very inclusive when it comes to working with a variety of classmates and never hesitates to extend a helping hand. She is an asset to the school community. Sarah can be counted on to volunteer and assist anyone who needs it, all while maintaining a strong academic drive. Then we have our two students from Wellington Elementary, Connor Kavanaugh. Connor is a light. He shows genuine kindness and compassion to everyone he encounters. He is inclusive, thoughtful, and a wonderful listener. Connor is wise beyond his years and a natural leader who will lend a helping hand and a bright smile to anyone. He is a leader in the classroom and in the school, and that is evident in the way he speaks to adults and his peers with care and respect. The school is a better place because of him. And next we have Shania Munson. Shania is an amazingly kind, thoughtful, hardworking, and inclusive person who leads by example. She is accepting of everyone, acknowledges others' efforts, and is always willing to help her classmates. Shania has also served on our community by being a leader in student council, helping with fundraisers, charity drives, and school spirit. Shania brings a positive attitude and helpful spirit to the classroom and school each and every day. Then from West Hill Elementary, we have Mackenzie Doctor. Kenzie has many positive attributes, from her warm, welcoming smile to her perseverance and hard work. One example of her compassion is when a fellow classmate struggled to find a book and ended up in tears. She let the upset student know it would be okay and that she had felt overwhelmed by assignments in the past, and it all worked out. Kenzie went out of her way to show empathy towards this student and made sure they did not feel alone. Next up from West Hill, we have Bromley Euster. Bromley comes to school not only ready to learn for herself, but to support and push her classmates to be the best they can be as well. Her empathy and genuine hope for the best is shown in every interaction between her and her peers and adults. Bromley is a true team player and leads by encouraging others and makes sure everyone has a fair shot in the game of life. Our two students from Wooden, first is Kylie No. Kylie's kind smile shines whenever she greets someone. She is generous and shows compassion to everyone. She is a gentle and thoughtful soul who volunteers to support the Wooden community, both staff and students. During this time of new learning models, Kylie continues to share her positive and eagerness to learn. Kylie welcomes all students into learning groups and peer discussions, advocating for all voices to be heard. She is a quiet leader in kindness, never expecting recognition. It's just who she is. Also from Wooden is Beckett Thompson. Beckett is a kind, generous, and responsible student. He wants everything to be fair for everyone. He is always willing to share his ideas and his time helping others. He is a leader in the classroom and outside. Beckett is passionate about the classroom environment as well as the global environment. Recently, his virtual table group won first place in a team competition, and he suggested donating his group points to the team who is in last place to help them boost up and raise spirits. And then we have Woodmore Elementary. First is Amy Rodriguez Perez. Amy is a kind, compassionate, and hardworking student. Amy has a second grade brother with Down syndrome. Amy not only attends all of her classes, but she also attends her brother's Zoom sessions as well. She does a great job of motivating and making sure he is learning and engaged online. The way that he looks at Amy makes it obvious that she is his favorite person in the world. The love she has for her family is immeasurable. Amy sees everyone as unique and valued. And also we have Benjamin Truller. Benjamin always excels in demonstrating the Woodmore swim traits: show, respect, work hard, include everyone, and make safe choices. Ben is a very hardworking and compassionate student. He is considerate and always looks for ways to be kind to his peers. He includes everyone by encouraging and complimenting others. Ben stands up for others if he feels they are being treated unkindly. He includes all friends in discussions and notices when they are feeling sad and tries to help them feel better. Thank you so much to all of our students for your amazing kindness over the last year. It is definitely a year where we've needed it more than others. And next up is Director Swain.
Thank you, Sandy. I'll now start with the recipients from Canyon Park. Diane Lee Agpalo. One of Diane's teachers describes her as someone who shows consistent and humble efforts in the areas of community, acceptance, and advocacy. Diane helped organize the 2020 Canyon Park Middle School sock drive that collected thousands of pairs of new socks for our community clothing bank, Threads and Treads. Diane took a lead role in planning in the school's Martin Luther King Jr. Day Assembly and assisted the Racial and Educational Justice Club to coordinate the event. Diane also created a video advocating for unhoused people in Seattle. Natalia Flores. One of Natalia's teachers describes her as someone who consistently supports her classmates and exemplifies the Canyon Park pillar of community. Examples of Natalia's kind acts in class include dropping notes of encouragement, such as happy birthday and great presentation, into the public chat, using her bilingual skills to make connections with classmates who are just beginning to learn English, and giving supportive feedback to teachers. She brings positivity and inclusivity to the classroom community on a daily basis. Next is Kenmore Middle School. Nicholas Hackett. Nicholas is a shining example of all four of the pillars at Kenmore Middle School. In class and all around campus, he is polite and respectful. He takes responsibility for his learning and promotes the learning of others. Nicholas will engage in positive discussions with his peers, often asking follow-up questions and showing genuine interest in what others have to say. He is a pleasure to work with and brings a fun energy to any class he attends. Madison Porter. Madison has been an active peer coach for 1.5 years. She would often stop by a classroom after eating lunch last year just to hang out with students she coached to help them and make connections. She has amazing patience and a natural instinct to work with students with disabilities. Madison exhibits adaptability, enthusiasm, and has the ability to work in a calm and consistent manner in a group setting with her peers. Leota Middle School. Jennifer Nava Gutierrez. Jennifer is an outstanding and compassionate member of the Leota community. She is a team player, a kind and caring web leader, and one who enjoys celebrating and supporting others. Jennifer even volunteers to fill in student and staff birthdays on the school's morning slideshow to ensure everyone is honored and celebrated. She consistently and selflessly gives 100% in all she does. She is so deserving of this award, and the school is incredibly proud of her. Emil Praslik. Emil is an encouraging and active participant in school. He is an outstanding listener who always responds with empathy and one who willingly shares his vast knowledge of the world with seemingly one goal in mind: to make it a better place by promoting understanding of others, both now and in our past. Emil thinks of others and includes them in every chance he gets. He stands for social justice, is compassionate, empathetic, and is an extraordinary human. North Shore Family Partnership. Hannah Mason. Hannah is helpful, supportive, and an inspiration to those around her. She is kind, creative, and compassionate. Hannah truly cares for others. She is patient and always willing to go the extra mile to assist younger students so they can be successful. Her kindness gives them the courage and the confidence to try new things. With her own assignments, she works hard to do her best, seeks out the answers to questions, and strives to overcome challenges. Albert Otis. Albert leads by example with his charm, intelligent approach, and subtle humor. He goes above and beyond in assignments and is always willing to work with and assist his peers. He is innovative and has fantastic ideas that he is always ready to share and collaborate on with others. Albert is someone other students can look up to, both as a mentor and a friend. He takes his education seriously, works hard, and strives always to push himself to the best. North Shore Middle School. Carly Vince. Carly Vince is an incredible person. She is kind, thoughtful, and bright, and her contagious smile and energy brings joy into the room. She loves learning and helping those around her. Her enthusiasm for all things lifts the entire class. She is insightful, witty, and inclusive, anticipating others' needs and advocating for everyone. She is a leader whose vibrant personality is a positive example for all. Carly has been a bright spot in a year that needs people like her to keep others moving forward. Joshua Zhao. Joshua is a remarkable person. He always fully engages in every opportunity to learn. Whenever the opportunity presents itself for him to help, Joshua is quick to rise to the occasion. Joshua brings both kindness and excellence to everything he does. He is someone who leads by example through engagement, supporting others, and helping in any way needed, always with a smile on his face. His contributions have helped make the class a collaborative community with a rich discussion and meaningful connections, even in Zoom. Skyview Middle School. Navkiran Kaur. Navkiran is a true leader and advocate for herself and her peers. She helps create a positive learning environment with encouragement and positive feedback. She acknowledges her own mistakes as a learning opportunity. Navkiran practices empathy by reading the emotions of her peers and jumping in to encourage someone who is nervous, who answered something incorrectly, or who shared that they are not having a good day. Navkiran is an amazing role model for us to all increase the amount of positivity in the world. Callista Lance. Callista is a thoughtful, kind, and caring 8th grade leader. During the first semester this year, she volunteered as a peer tutor for the 6th grade class to help new middle school students successfully navigate online learning. She is a fantastic representative of Skyview Middle School's SOAR qualities: service-oriented, optimistic, active, and respectful. She is always willing to lend an extra hand when anyone needs one. It is an honor to have her as part of our Skyview community. Timbercrest Middle School. Taylor Good. Taylor exemplifies the 3 pillars of Timbercrest by actively being respectful, responsible, and inclusive. Taylor has a calm and peaceful disposition. He continuously encourages his peers, takes risks even if tasks are difficult, and exhibits leadership qualities. Always humble about his accomplishments, Taylor does amazing things, but never draws attention to himself. Outside of school, Taylor loves basketball, gaming, and is quite the entrepreneur. He is famous in his neighborhood and builds community spirit by selling holiday signs that he designs. Sarah Vanoy. Sarah exhibits kindness, celebrates others' strengths, and brings out the best in her peers. With her positive spirit, she helps provide opportunities for others to shine. Sarah has her own business making macrame plant hangers and wall hangings, and donates a portion of the proceeds to the Ugandan Water Project, a nonprofit providing clean water to villages in Uganda. Sarah is active in soccer, enjoys camping, hiking, and loves spending time with her chocolate lab, Nellie. Now I would like to introduce Board Vice President Jackie McGurdy.
Thank you, President Swain. It is such an honor to be here today to recognize and celebrate our CP and Dorothy Johnson Humanitarian Award recipients. Well done, everyone. From Adult Transition Program, we have Luke Hademan. Luke has grown tremendously over the past 3 years into a calm and confident young man. Luke is a leader at Pathways. He watches out for other students and helps them when they are stuck. Luke builds strong relationships with staff and students. This year, Luke's confidence and communication skills have grown, and the school community continues to enjoy his jokes and sense of humor. We look forward to seeing Luke every day and will miss him next year. We wish Luke the best in his adult life. Also from ATP, Praveen Venkatesh. Praveen has matured greatly over the past 3 years. This is demonstrated by his leadership skills during Zoom meetings when he leads part of the class. Praveen is also a great self-advocate and communicator, evidenced by his student-led individualized education program presentation at the Special Education Compliance Training in 2019. Praveen is the first to greet staff and students when they enter the classroom. He checks in on his classmates' well-being, offers positive affirmations, and always has something kind to say. His friendly personality and genuine interest in and care for others makes him memorable. From Bothell High School, we have Brooklyn Harrell. Brooklyn exemplifies this award as our ASB president, who has worked tirelessly to keep students and staff connected online. Brooklyn is active in climate and culture, Black Student Union, and Dr. Reed's Student Board. Brooklyn's goal is to create an inclusive school community as a voice for underrepresented students, our LGBTQIA+ community, and students with mental health needs. This year, she collaborated with other students and mental health specialists to create a monthly mental health newsletter. Brooklyn's willingness to work hard and make the change happen is amazing. Also from Bothell High School, Sia Sharma. Sia will drop everything to help others when needed. Sia is the epitome of kindness and inclusivity. For 4 years, Sia participated in climate and culture to, quote, bring out the good, end quote. She mentors students academically and emotionally and champions all student voices. West Hill Elementary saw her energy at last year's MLK Diversity Assembly when she cheered on and supported their students. Sia has heart, passion, and a desire to be her best for others and find the best in others. From Inglemore High School, Lexi James. Lexi is an exemplary student that goes above and beyond. She works tirelessly to make Inglemore a better school for all students. She created an inclusive school community through her work on the ASB executive team, the Association of Washington Student Leaders, or AWSL, Equity Board. Being a student member of the district's Ethnic Studies work team and in helping host the MLK Assembly. She is thoughtful, hardworking, empathetic, and someone who strives to always keep growing and make a positive difference. Her legacy will live on at Inglemoor. Also from Inglemoor High School, Ariana Riley. Ariana is a thoughtful, caring, positive, and a hardworking role model at Inglemoor High School. She is constantly aware of others and mindful of making sure everyone has a voice and is heard, while treating others with the highest degree of kindness and respect. One of her passions is theater, and through her leadership, dedication, and collaboration with students and staff, she has made the theater program a better place for everyone. From Innovation Lab High School, Victoria Chavensky. Victoria is inclusive, makes sure everyone has a voice, and that all perspectives are considered, said one of her teachers. Along with a partner, she created a presentation on personal pronouns and shared it with the district administrators with the hope that it could be used to educate staff on teaching students about pronouns. From this, lessons are in development for use in the classroom to help all students in North Shore understand the importance of pronoun use as a fundamental step toward treating all people with dignity. Also from Innovation Lab High School, Faith Wagoner. Faith is inclusive of all students and speaks up when something doesn't seem correct or justified in a manner that is respectful and effective. Faith created a presentation on personal pronouns with a classmate to educate peers on the importance of pronoun use and treating others with dignity. Their project grew beyond their expectation and will be used to educate members of school communities at every level of the district about how every person can show respect for others' sense of identity. From North Creek High School, Jackson Cook. Jackson's humanitarian heart and mind has made North Creek High School a better place since the very early planning stages of the school. He has always advocated for the needs of all students. He has been the person the counseling center turns to when they welcome someone new to our community. Jackson has always offered his time, kind words, and positive attitude without reservation to everyone he encounters. He moves through life this way because that is who he truly is. Jackson makes the world a better place. Also from North Creek High School, Madison Rowland. Madison is someone determined to always do her best. She is a person with a strong but quiet voice who leads by example. Through her work in our Black Student Union, she has become someone who is willing to stand up and step in when something is wrong. She truly wants to see others be successful, and she works to remove barriers and roadblocks that get in their way. Because of her character, Madison has a positive impact on everyone around her. From North Shore Networks, J.D. McShane. J.D. is kind, caring, and always thinking about ways he can help others navigate through life with ease. He is particularly passionate about American Sign Language and is working on incorporating this language into computer software programs. Additionally, he has volunteered in kindergarten classrooms, assisted living homes and local parks, tutored students in a variety of subjects, and kept stats for and managed baseball, basketball, and football teams. JD's enthusiasm for family, school, and community is contagious. Also from North Shore Networks, Sophie Parman. Sophie is a strong young woman and sure of who she is in the world. She is an excellent student, always willing to help her classmates. Her honesty, kindness, conscientiousness, positivity, and caring nature are a model for others. Those who spend time with her find themselves demonstrating these same qualities. Sophie is active in the community, always willing to help others who are in need. She volunteers in a variety of settings: animal adoption, women's shelters, soup kitchens, and church. From the Secondary Academy for Success, Morgan Johnson. Morgan is a thoughtful and dedicated member of the SAS community. She is direct, organized, and hardworking. She is an advocate for kindness and anti-bullying, and she works with the LGBTQ club and student leadership. In addition to being a beacon of kindness, she is an academic standout. She contributes to the SAS family as a role model, an ally, and a friend. Morgan motivates others to contribute to the common good of her community. Also from Secondary Academy for Success, Haley Millette. Haley is a kind soul and demonstrates values that promote harmony and appreciation for others of all backgrounds. She's always respectful of teachers, and she is usually first to reach out to a new student. At SAS, new students enroll all the time, and the school community can always rely on Haley to be part of the student greeting team and make them feel at home. Haley's kind nature is infectious, and her peers recognize her for warmth and authenticity. From Woodinville High School, Sydney Mays. Sydney embodies this award in every aspect of her work, inside and outside school. Sydney is actively working to make social change regarding public education and youth voting. Sydney is a conscientious, knowledgeable, and equity-focused student leader. She is also a great student athlete, both in gymnastics and track. Sydney has worked hard to bring the issues and needs of students of color and other marginalized groups to the forefront to advocate for constructive change. Also from Woodinville High School, Zain Patel. Zain encourages and exemplifies the virtue of good citizenship. He enriches the lives of others through his podcasts and entrepreneurship, which has earned him the respect of his peers and faculty. At a time when we have experienced social isolation like never before, Zain has emerged as a beacon of light, leveraging his entrepreneurial skills and passion for helping others. Zain serves on the advisory board for The Conversationalist, a multimedia platform designed to empower youth. Congratulations again to all of our CP and Dorothy Johnson Humanitarian Award recipients. Well done.
So now wherever you are, if you're with your family, your friends, if you're a staff member or a principal, please just give our 2021 CP and Dorothy Johnson Humanitarian Award recipients a round of applause. And now I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the North Shore Schools Foundation for underwriting the cost of the awards and the plaques. Thank you also to Northwest Trophy for their craftsmanship on the awards. I want to take this final moment to thank everyone who has helped to make the CP and Dorothy Johnson Humanitarian Award a success. That includes our communications team, Alex Clark, Christina Wilner, Natalie Campbell, Megan Bernicki, Karin Sharman, and Kathy Hughes. I also want to thank our Student Services Director, Rick Farrell. I want to thank our school principals and staff members who delivered the award packages to our awardees this year. And of course, I want to thank you all for joining us this evening. Good night.